Kevin McCarthy joining us with some big news from Hollywood. The Writers Guild and studios have reached a tentative deal.
Yeah, this is a big deal. And I do want to mention, about an hour ago, Joe and I were on a Zoom with RZA from Wu-Tang. And Wu-Tang is going to be playing here tomorrow night with Nas and De La Soul. So Joe and I caught up with RZA. We'll have that tomorrow right here on DMV Zone. The show's tomorrow night.
Kevin is the man.
You are the man. And he remembered Joe from Rap City and everything. It was really cool. All right, so you mentioned the strike. So obviously, this is a big story. This happened last night. The writer's strike could be coming to an end. They've reached a tentative agreement with the AMPTP, which is the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, basically the movie studios. And the strike's been going on with the writer's side of it since May 2nd. The actors have been on strike via SAG-AFTRA since July 14th. So right now, with the WGA and the writer's strike tentatively coming to an end, this is a good sign that hopefully the SAG-AFTRA strike will also be following suit. So in a weird, strange irony, there's a movie coming out this Friday called The Creator. And the reason why I bring this up is because The Creator is about a future war between human beings and artificial intelligence. And ironically enough, I cannot talk to the stars of this movie because John David Washington can't do press right now because SAG-AFTRA's on strike. So I did talk to the director, Gareth Edwards, about all those strange coincidences. Since the movie deals with AI and takes place in 2070, he's really perplexed by the idea that this isn't maybe not that far off from where we are right now. So I spoke to Gareth Edwards all about that. He directed a little movie called Rogue One prior to this, the Star Wars film, and now The Creator hits theaters on Friday. Here's Gareth and I talking about the timeliness and how it relates to the WGA and SAG strike.
They're not people, Maya. It's just programming.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles. This is a fight for our very existence.
Sergeant Taylor, we are this close to winning the war. But the AI are developing a super weapon. Retrieve it, or they win.
Obviously, the timely nature of the movie is something that I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask you about, but you're making a film that is coming out at a time where these things are actual fears that we have in our lives. And I wonder, as a filmmaker, to be putting a movie out and then to see aspects of that storytelling coming across your actual news feed, obviously with the strike as well. I'm just curious, like, what that means to you to see that and have your film come out at that time.
It's very surreal. Like, it was supposed to be something in the distant future, like flying cars and things like that, and we actually shot in Thailand so much stuff. Like, it was the first cut of the movie was 5 hours, and one of the sequences we had was all these protesters protesting AI, and it felt absurd when we were doing it. It felt like no one's going to really protest AI. This is just some weird science fiction. What are we doing? But we shot all this stuff, and then on the way to editing, you know, towards the end of the movie, we were just doing the final bits of post, and there was the protests I was driving past, you know, on the way through Hollywood with people with signs banning AI, and it just was like, this is so strange, like that we got here so quickly. This was maybe something that was never going to happen in my lifetime. Like, I had to type in a date when I wrote the screenplay, and I wrote 2070 thinking I wouldn't seem stupid, and actually I've turned out to be really stupid because I should have written 2023.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
So The Creator
especially
comes out,
talking to you two.
I know, but also The Creator's coming out this Friday while we're talking about the possible end of the writer's strike and hopefully the SAG-AFTRA strike as well. We'll keep you updated on all the news. Tomorrow we'll have RZA joining the show, and then later this week we'll have Matthew McConaughey. Stay tuned.
All right.
Matthew McConaughey.
He's coming on the show.
All right.
For his new book.